Afternoon, everybody. JBuzz79 here with X-wing content. I just got done opening up the Sal Guerrero and Ty Reaper. So we got, real quickly here, you do X-wing here with Guerrero. And, the movable S foils, look at that. I don't know. I was hoping for a bigger range of motion, I guess, when I was looking at these. I mean, it's cool they move, don't get me wrong. So, yeah, of course, and then there's the U-ring. That's movable arms. I do like the paint schemes for sure on these. A lot better than the originals even, so that's something. And of course then the Ty Reaper. If you look at the top, it's got a hinge joint here, but nothing moves. So, I do like the look of it. I think it looks kind of neat. But, you know. That is what it is. Alright, so real briefly here, just going to run through this stuff. I know some people might have already seen it. If not, oh wow. So I'm just going to hammer right through it here real quick. Alright, so first up, I'm just going to do the name pilots here. We're going to tighten this up a little bit here. Trying to adjust this all back a little bit. Alright. That's better, right? Yeah. Alright, so got Colby Spiridado. Sure. After performing a boost barrel action, you may flip your equipped S foils card. I'll show you that in a minute too. Then we got here Lee Van Tenza. After you perform a boost action, you may receive a stress to receive an evade token. I really like this one so far, to me the most out of these. They came in the first edition version of the Guerrero pack. Because you could put the flight assist action mark on, to me, to boost that way. So I don't think that's such a bad thing there. They got two tubes here. When it becomes the active ship, during activation phase, if you have one or more focus tokens, he performs a free action. So the whole thing is to let, as a U-wing pilot of two tubes, he activates, gives a token here, and then he gets a free action when he activates. Which I assume would be the target lock in most cases. And then they give you 3 of these PS1 X-wing pilots, the Angel Zealot, which is kind of cool. With the title, or whatever card that is, I forget now. We'll get to it. Makes this a 20, which, you know, you run 5 X-wings for a month and a half, because that'll be enjoyable. Not better. I do like second edition ideas better than first overall. But I wish I would still fund first edition tournaments for a while. Or content, I should say. So Guerrero, shipment range 2 attacks. If it's stress or damage, you can roll dice. I think that's pretty good. Then we got here Megva. When another shipment range 2 is defending, the attacker cannot roll more than 1 attack dice. That's kind of nice. This would be great against those freaking harpoon missiles everybody plays now. Which, you know, why play anything else, really? Then you got the two tubes brother. After you perform focus action, you may remove a focus token and assign it to a ship. So like if you put recon specialist here, you get double focus and give one to the X-wing and 2 tubes. So of course the PS1 put title, and that's also 20. So again, it could be modified. I don't remember. We'll be there shortly. The Reaper, yeah, I'm doing all this at once, by the way. So the Reaper is here. When attacking, if you do not have focus or evade, you may change one focus or blank to a hit. That's pretty useful. But you want him to go as far down, I think, almost in the order as possible to use that more effectively. You could jam, but then if you're going to jam, you might as well use the IBS guy to put out 2 jam tokens. When defending, if the attacker is jammed, you can add a evade to your roll if they're jammed. That's the important part there, I guess. So, after friendly ship range or speed 1, if it is in range 1 and does not balance, you may assign focus or evade to it. Like to me, the abilities they give you here, there's too generic. The abilities they give you for the Reaper itself, for the pilots, is kind of meh. The ship itself, piloting it, is pretty darn good. So we'll just go through a whole bunch of these first edition. We got thrust converter, if you're defending, 3 less stress, sake of stress, canceling defense, and then add evade. Yeah, it's interesting, I guess. Crack shot, another one of those. Targeting scrambler. The beginning of the planning phase, you may receive a disabled token, choose a ship at range 1, assign the scrambled condition to it. And that is here. I'll put that up. I'll read it to you quickly. When the attacking ship at range 1 is equipped with the target scrambler upgrade, you cannot modify your attack dice. Then you remove it. So that's actually really good, I think. But you have to disable your guns. So on that side, it's not good, but I guess as you're using it as a support ship that helps somebody else, it's pretty darn good. So, yeah. Alright, so for next we got 3 of the, this is a torpedo slot. The Renegade refit, so the -2. I don't know what I kept thinking, but yeah, there's the S-foils are a modification, so that's something. You get her, Megava. After defending, you may acquire target lock on the attacker. That's pretty decent, I like that. You can spend it and then get one again. When attacking, you may suffer 1 damage, change all focus results to crit. That's interesting for Saw. Flight assist is cool. I mean, you know, could always use that again. The title for that, of course. And then the S-foil is one everybody's been talking about. If you use your primary, you get a boost, and your bank 2 is green, or you can barrel roll, and then a hard 3 can be treated as a 3-turn red. On that one ship there, you can flip through these. There's 3 of those in here, of course, for first edition. Decoy, I don't know why I'd give you decoy. I'm sure there's a reason. Somebody thought that was a good choice. I don't think they're a good choice in life. Death Troopers, only friend your ship range 1 becomes defended. If it's inside your firing arc, at range 1 to 3, the attacker receives a stress. I feel this is just like another version of the Rebel Captive, but more complicated and essentially costs an extra crew slot. Crewneck, I'm really happy for him. I will be able to probably play it once for the Store Championship with the optimized prototype, which I think is really good. I'm going to be putting it on either Echo or Whisper or the good old Baron himself. Probably like those 3 are probably the ones. An optimized, of course, does a shield. You can cancel a dice, remove a shield before you actually compare the results. And after you perform a weapon attack, and he's on the ship that basically does the shooting, he gets the target lock for free. So there's a lot of options you can do, mainly the ignore obstacles, and then you can decloak and barrel roller stuff, which is nice. ISB, after you perform a jam action against a ship, you may choose a ship at range 1 of that ship and give it a jam as well. So you can do 1 action double jam stuff, which, yeah, that's interesting, I think, too, and that's something I'm looking at for when we do our Store Championship here. course, the system officer, execute a maneuver, and then get a target lock for the green. I'd rather see something else, but yeah, something that we needed that. Extra bar gains and coordinate, that's interesting to me. The camouflage, after you receive a red target lock, you can roll, and if it's a evade that you roll on those green dice, you remove that red target lock. So it's a 1 in 4 chance, so 25% of the time it will work. Those are just stupendous odds. And of course, the last one, the advanced ailerons. Your banks are white, and you then have to do the white 1 boosts. Let me start out. And very quickly here, also, we'll do the second edition stuff very quickly here. So major is all the same. You may change 1 focus or blank to a hit if they do not have any green tokens. The captain, while defending, the attacker does not have any green, you may change 1 focus or blank to a evade. And that's more important to me. It sounds the same, but of course the active ailerons are burned in, you have to use it, so that's also something. After you execute a speed 1 maneuver using your ailerons, you may use the coordinate action, and if you do, skip your perform action step. It's interesting, I guess. Of course, there's the skiff as well. So, yeah, and then we'll do quickly these new upgrade cards. Because now they're just like, regular slotted cards. So, juke, perform attack. If you are evading, change 1 of the defender's evades to a focus. Yeah, it's a little nerf since first, but it's not too bad. I think if they give you 2 of those, something I don't know why they give you 2 of, like the swarm tactics here. I barely even used 1. Start a combat phase, choose a ship at range 1. If you do treat your initiative, that ship equal to your initiative. I mean, that's good. I like that, but I don't need 2 of those. I'd rather have 2 of these Death Troopers, which are really good. During the activation phase, enemy ships at range 0 to 1 cannot remove stress tokens. That's pretty darn good. I mean, flying in close, either stress them or have them stress themselves, and then kind of piss them up for a while. The new Krennic is here. While you perform an attack against a locked friendly ship with him, spend 1 focus crit or hit crit focus, there we go, to lose 1 shield, or they flip one of its face down damage cards. You don't get the shield, and you don't get basically the free target lock. So Krennic, I would think, would be only like maybe 3 points. It's not horribly at either. Don't get the target lock there, so I don't know, that could be something. They give you 2 of the ISB slicers. Enemy ships at range 1 to 2 cannot remove jam tokens. So that's interesting to me. So, like, do they automatically fall off? I mean, is there a little bit different rule for that? Of course, we haven't heard nothing. Then they give you 2 of the tactical officers, which a red coordinate to a white. So, again, almost everything from 2nd edition I'm really excited for. That stuff is just kind of, if you perform a barrel roll or boost, you may flip your equipped, I don't know what is that, it must be title card, I think, right? That's the symbol for title now. So that's the same. Leva, if you barrel or boost, you may perform a red evade action. So stress and take it. So yeah, but now you got the barrel right on the card there for you, so why not? 2 tubes again. After you activate, if you are focused, you perform an action, so that's always the same. And then they give you 3 of the frickin' Caravan Angels again. So, Guerrera. Well, the damage at range 3, so they have to be damaged now, not just stressed, but otherwise it's the same. Friendly ships at range 0 to 2 defend. They can roll, so that's the same. 2 tubes bro does the same. And of course, there's that again. So them doubling these for stuff like, again, to me, like these should be 20-ish points or 22 again, something like that. So, which would make them a new edition like 40 something, right? Right. So then we got trick shots. Got 2 of those in here. While you perform an attack, if there's obstruction, roll additional dice, so that hasn't changed. Event sensors. If you read a dial, you perform an action. If you do, skip your perform step. Of course, the new torpedoes. I really like the idea with the counters being in them. And you have to have the target lock and be in front of the primary arc, I guess, to launch, of course. After defending, you can go require lock, that's all the same. Again, take it, except for 1 damage to change all of them again, that's still the same. R3 has been changed up to 2 target locks. If perform the target action, you may acquire a target lock. So, because it doesn't say it has to be on 1 ship, so to me, I guess you could target lock 2 ships, which I don't know if that's good or not. I mean, there used to be that 1 X-wing pilot where you could burn your target lock to make them re-roll, so that could be something. R4 is different, decrease the difficulty by 1 to 2 speed maneuvers, so it's kind of like the R2 Astromech. Now it's just R4 has that ability. Double deadman switches, which is weird because illicit and all, but whatever. Suffers 1 damage, 0 to 1 if they are blown up. The new S-foils. If they're open, it says before you activate, you may flip this card. And then on this side here, while you're, you get the boost action added, but it says while you perform a primary attack, roll 1 less dice. You can also focus and do take a stress essentially to get a boost that way. And of course, if they are closed here, while you defend, roll 1 fewer dice, but you can spin to. That's my phone going off in the room. 90 or 180. So it used to be just 180, so that gives you some options with that. So I'm very pleased with it. So, all right. Well, here's a review, real quickly, a walkthrough of the Saw Guerrera pack and the TIE Reaper pack for you X-wing fans. J Buzzsaw 79 signing off, saying thanks for watching.